Hello, Amesy here of Amesy's Antics. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're well today because we have another festive treat crafting session to get stuck into. In this week's video of my handmade Christmas series, I'm going to show you how to make the lovely edible treats of hot chocolate stirrers. Now these are perfect for bringing a bit of chocolatey goodness to your life in and around this Christmas series and beyond maybe. They are really nice and luxurious and just give you that lovely warm cozy feeling. They are also perfect for giving away as edible gifts to your loved ones and friends, or even keeping the sweet treats all to yourself this Christmas time. Now I will show you how to make 3 different versions of these hot chocolate stirrers, with the first being a lovely dark chocolate version, the second being a really yummy chocolate orange version, and the third and final one will be a slightly less traditional hot chocolate of white hot chocolate. So if you would like to see how to make all of these hot chocolate stirrers, then let's get crafting. Or would it be baking? Maybe it's baking. Let's get baking. To make the dark hot chocolate stirrers, you are going to need 1 tin of sweetened condensed milk, which is roughly 379 grams, as well as half a cup of double cream, and of course 500 grams of dark chocolate. Now you will also need some toppers like mini marshmallows or fudge, as well as some wooden craft sticks and an ice cube mould. In a medium-sized pan, you want to place the half cup of double cream and begin to gently heat. Then add in the full tin of sweetened condensed milk to the cream, and again carry on heating this up. Now you want to make sure that it doesn't reach a boil but a gentle simmer. You don't want it catching on the bottom of the pan. Then, keeping the mixture on a very low heat, you want to add in all of the dark chocolate, and then once the chocolate has been added, remove this from the heat and allow the chocolate to gently melt in. Now you can leave it to gently melt down, or you can help it along a little bit by giving it a stir, and this can take about 5 to 10 minutes depending on how hot the cream mixture was initially. You may find that the chocolate mixture is a little bit lumpy and not quite smooth, but if you keep stirring and folding, mixing it in, it does then become lovely and smooth and quite velvety looking. To place the chocolate into the moulds a lot easier, I am using a piping bag or a sandwich bag with a corner cut off. I have improvised here to do so. Now this is advisable because I have tried spooning it in and it just makes it a lot more lumpy inside. Using the piping technique gives it a bit of a smoother look once they are removed. So fill up the sandwich bag or piping bag, whichever you are choosing, snip off the corner and begin filling up the ice cube trays. Now this amount of ingredients should give you a full ice cube tray, so that's roughly 15 in total, and I will link down the ice cube trays that I used if you would like to use the same. And do be careful when you are piping it because the chocolate can still be quite hot and you may get some hot air bubbles inside, so allow the chocolate to cool a little bit before you begin piping, but making sure it's not too set that you can actually pipe it in. Gently tap the tray once you have filled them to release any air bubbles and help that chocolate set into the mould a bit. And if you have some peaks like I do, then just use a knife or a palette knife, you know what you use in cake making, just to flatten these down a little bit. And I guess these aren't the neatest, but they do begin to settle. When the chocolate has settled into the mould a little bit more and has started to thicken slightly, that is when you want to add in your wooden craft sticks or lollipop sticks right into the middle of each square. And then what you want to do is add on some yummy toppings. So I have gone for some mini marshmallows and some mini fudge pieces. Now I couldn't find any mini fudge pieces, so I have improvised and cut up a few bars of fudge chocolate bars to create these little pieces of fudge, but you could add on any toppings that you like. There are candy cane versions, nuts, other pieces of chocolate. The possibilities are endless, so just keep adding on all of the toppings until you are happy that the top of each square is completely covered. Then allow the chocolate stirrers to set and harden over a few hours in the fridge or overnight in a cool place. Unmold them and they are ready to be enjoyed. So I just wanted to jump in here before showing you this recipe. This one was a bit of a disaster actually. I don't know if it's the milk chocolate content within this or the ratio of ingredients, but it doesn't quite set and it is quite runny, and then obviously when it's taken out of the mold it gets even runnier, so it's a bit more, I guess, like a ganache. So maybe play around with the ingredients in it, but I still wanted to include it to show you how to make it, I guess, and maybe what you could do to make it actually set. So let's go. So you will need the same ingredients as before: the condensed milk, the double cream, and 500 grams of orange chocolate. Now I would advise going for dark chocolate with orange flavouring in, and maybe reduce the amount of condensed milk and double cream to help these set up. You'll also need some orange zest, your ice cube mould, and of course some wooden craft sticks. And then the first thing to do before making any of the chocolate is grate that orange zest so that you have this for the topping. So start by gently simmering the double cream and adding in the condensed milk to this, gently heating them until they are simmering. Then add in the orange chocolate, and again this is 500 grams worth, so keep this on a low heat and allow the chocolate to begin melting in. Then once all the chocolate is added, remove it from the heat and allow it to melt into the mixture like so. When it looks like it has fully melted in, give the mixture a really good stir and fold it together to give it that lovely smooth shiny consistency and texture. Then place this into a piping bag or a sandwich bag like before to pipe it into the ice cube mold. And I don't know if it's just me, but I think this mixture looks slightly runnier than the previous one, so you may want to let it to cool and thicken slightly in the sandwich bag to allow for easier pouring. Again, making sure it's not too hot, you don't want to burn your hands whilst you are doing this. Fill up that ice cube mold, and again this will fill up the full mold. Once the chocolate has begun to set a little bit and is a bit thicker, then place on that orange zest for the topping. It gives it a really nice bright orange look. If it is too runny, these will sink in. Then place in your craft lolly sticks to use them as stirrers and allow to cool and set for a few hours in the fridge or overnight in a cool place. Now mine didn't set very well, as I said, so this is what they shouldn't look like. Hopefully yours will look much better than mine. And the final hot choc stirrers is the white chocolate version. So you are going to need the tin of condensed milk, the half cup of double cream, 500 grams of white chocolate and some nutmeg for dusting, as well as your craft sticks and the ice cube mould. like before, you want to add the half cup of double cream and the full tin of condensed milk to the pan. Now these did set, but were still a little bit gooey, so again, maybe play around with the measurements of this. Maybe add a little bit less of that condensed milk and double cream to the mixture. I don't know if it's the milk content in the chocolate that causes it to do this. If anybody knows, put it in them comments. So allow this to warm up slightly to a gentle simmer, and they are combined. Then add in the 500 grams of lovely white chocolate, again allowing this to begin to melt in, and then remove from the heat and allow to melt over 5 to 10 minutes, giving it a good stir so it is nice and smooth. And you guessed it, we are using a piping bag or sandwich bag again to place this chocolate into the mold. And as you can see, this one is quite runny as well, so you maybe want to let it thicken up a little bit before fully piping this into the mold. But pipe it into the mold, and again, this should give you the full 15 and maybe a little bit extra. Then allow the chocolate to thicken slightly before adding in your craft sticks. As you will see, I was a little bit impatient and my craft sticks started going all over the place. Then you want to dust it with a little bit of nutmeg, and unlike me, sprinkle this on gently. Don't do a big dollop in the middle of your chocolate stirrers. But again, allow these to cool and set for a few hours in the fridge or overnight. And the white chocolate hot chocolate stirrers are complete. To use a hot chocolate stirrers, all you need to do is heat up a cup of milk and then place your hot chocolate stirrer into the milk and gently stir this, allowing it to melt down. Now it can take between 5 and 10 minutes if your chocolate is really hard or cold, but it does give you a really nice luxurious hot chocolate, and it's ready to enjoy. So there you have how to make your own hot chocolate stirrers this coming Christmas and beyond. Now these are really luxurious, and once you melt them in that hot chocolate, they are just so yummy and nice and thick. It's just a very nice luxurious hot chocolate to have. Perfect, like I said, for giving away to your family and friends. And if you have somebody who doesn't quite like hot chocolate but still likes a chocolate treat, then what is good about these chocolate stirrers is you can actually eat them without melting them into some hot milk, because they are like a really hard fudge. So there is 2 different options there for you with these hot chocolate stirrers. So if you've enjoyed the video, then please do give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well to keep up with more of my crafting antics. There will be lots more coming up in the new year as well, and festive content will recommence once it gets more to the festive season next year. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well, because that should alert you each time my videos go live. And check out my blog Ames's Antics, which is linked below, because there's always a ton more information over on the blog for you to check out. And with that said, I will see you in next week's video, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day and week, and I will see you next time. Happy chocolate making! Bye!